There is no honesty, truthfulness, or sincerity of purpose in saying that Nigerians are united. Credited to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu trying to defend himself against the allegation made by the American President Donald Trump that Christians are suffering genocide in Nigeria. He has just President Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has just tried to defend himself. Otherwise, there's no basis for saying that Nigerians are united. United how? In what? It has just come to my mind. They are not even united in hunger and poverty. They are not united. Beyond that, Nigerians, like many other African peoples, are divided between two parallel lines, Christianity and Islam. To what extent are Christians and Muslims united anywhere in the world? To what extent are Christians and Muslims united? They are two contending religions fighting for the soul of the world to win the whole world to themselves. So, they are rivals. Christianity and Islam are rival religions. Nigerians, like many other African peoples, have been brainwashed to become Christians or to become Muslims. Beyond brainwash, of course, other tricks, including paternalism, or talk of crusade tricks and jihadist warfares were among the means adopted to impose Islam and Christianity on Nigerians. Now, you have numerous indigenous Christian and Islamic clerics feeding on clericalism, and so further rooting Christianity and Islam in Africans. Two antagonistic, divisive, and exploitative religions, unrivaled worldwide in missionary activities, adopting all manners of ways to entrench themselves in people's lives and in societies. And in Nigeria, Christians and Muslims are united when they have common goals. Then they unite, such as in Islamization and Christianization of Nigeria. Yes, they are united in that. And that is why, even with all the killings of Christians in Nigeria, the unfortunate situation of Southern Kaduna and what we have been experiencing in Benue and Plateau states, some other places, but I think worse in those states. Ethnic and religious cleansing in Benue and Plateau states, where the Fulani Muslim herdsmen terrorists are setting villages ablaze and slaughtering people like animals. And that dates back to 2015 under the presidency of Muhammadu Buhari, and now being sustained under his successor, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. up to recent times, up to last month, if you like, you know, the two states have become weeping child because of Muslim population empowered by the ruling Muslim presidents of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari and now Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So where is the unity of Nigerians? Even Christianity and Islam are not united within themselves. Who will ever be able to count the numerous antagonistic Christian denominations, antagonistic within themselves, not less than in Islam? Numerous antagonistic Islamic denominations, not to talk of unity in Nigeria. They are united when they have a common goal that is sinister for the life of society, such as in imposing Islam and Christianity on Nigeria, despite the constitution that prohibits state religion. Well, as I said, the first constitution that prohibits state religion in Nigeria was in 1979. Yes, made by the outgoing military government under the headship of Olusegun Obasanjo. And since 1999 to date, the Muslim imperialists have been opposing Nigeria's secularity, and Christians have been insisting on getting whatever Muslims take from Nigeria, including the building of the Abuja Central Mosque from Nigeria's funds by the late President Shehu Shagari, who became Nigeria the civilian president successor of the outgoing military rulers in 1979. It was overthrown in 1983, but before then he had built the Central Mosque of Abuja from Nigerians funds, and when Christians complained, he gave them money to build a central church for themselves. And when Umaru Musa Yar'Adua imposed a jihadist war on Nigeria in the name of unorthodox Islam of the community, Goodluck Ebele Asikwe Jonathan used his influence as a Christian former vice president to Yar'Adua and successor of Yar'Adua as Nigeria's president, used his influence to get the Christian Association of Nigeria to embrace the war as being against Christians as against Muslims, even though the community was not against any religious opposition. It didn't consider having any opposition, but protesting the abuse of Western education to perpetrate haram, such as in the claim by Nigeria's rulers that they are subsidizing fuel for Nigerians, an oil exporting country claiming to be subsidizing fuel from which source, and now you can see we have the worst of them, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, claiming fuel subsidy is gone, all other subsidies are gone, yes, sinking Nigeria in debts. Hardly any project without going for loan. So where are the subsidies going? Boko Haram. At any rate, to talk about Nigerians are united is out of moral depravity, absolute lack of conscience. united. How can Christianity and Islam be united? If they will be united, let them collapse into one religion, and all their antagonistic denominations should be resolved. Because now the constitution that could engender, that was calculated to engender unity among Nigerians, to see themselves as Nigerians rather than as Christians and Muslims or adherents of, on religious basis, is not respected by Nigeria's rulers, imposing Islam and Christianity on the country, making Islam and Christianity Nigeria's religions, against the constitution that prohibits state religion, while securing religious or guaranteeing religious liberty and freedom of association for Nigerians, being violated against the Boko Haram Muslim community. And that was demonstrated by the former president Olusegun Obasanjo, who refused to take up arms against the community in the name of unorthodox Islam, while the constitution guarantees and safeguards religious freedom. So, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been invoking Nigeria's constitution that guarantees religious liberty and freedom of association without respecting the constitutional provision, declaring all subsidies gone and subsidizing Hajj to the tune of more than 90 billion. Where is sincerity of purpose? How can Christians and Muslims be united? United in what? On what basis? On the basis of common goal of getting Nigeria to fund their pilgrimage boards and subsidize their pilgrimages, build mosque and church for them, as in the case of the Central Mosque of Abuja and Christian Ecumenical Center of Abuja. What our governors are doing for Christians, for Christianity and Islam will never be known, because they are not publicized. They are treated off record at all levels of government, federal, state and local. So Nigerians are not united in poverty, because some people have no problem with financial poverty. Tinubu's wife has been donating billions of naira in cash or kind to different institutions, to give but one example. But and when fuel subsidy and all other subsidies are gone, and you are still sinking Nigeria in worse debts than ever before, so those pockets into which the subsidies are going cannot claim unity with hungry Nigerians, impoverished Nigerians, miserable Nigerians, financially miserable Nigerians. So Nigerians are not united, if only because Christianity and Islam are not one religion. They are two antagonistic religions, competitive religions. So they are competitive. Each wants to gain the whole world and control the whole world in the name of God. That is their common denominator, to gain the whole world for themselves. And so there's no basis for unity other than where they find common goal, such as in getting Islam and Christianity to be Nigeria's religions against the constitution that prohibits state religion. And Tinubu cannot claim innocence after declaring all subsidies gone and subsidizing Hajj to the tune of more than 90 billion. And what he gave to the Christian imperialists who are not complaining, we may never know. But one thing we know, he must have given them something. Because Christians don't keep quiet where they find favor done to Muslims and not to Christians. So all of that must have gone off record. But for Tinubu to be saying Nigerians are united, the constitution provides and guarantees religious liberty, yes. But it also prohibits state religion while you are imposing Islam and Christianity on Nigeria as Nigeria's religions, which pilgrimage boards are to be funded by Nigeria. Churches and mosques that are built one way or the other by governors, local government chairmen, off record. So leading to the misery of common people in Nigeria.